If Jesus was unavailable, who would you scream at to take the wheel?
The vengeful ghost of Dale Earnhardt.
Mr. Rogers.
Keanu Reeves.
Ricky Bobby. Clarkson, you blithering idiot, take the wheel. As long as it's not Hammond, I'll probably be okay.
To those who married their first boyfriend/girlfriend, what made you decide they were the one despite never being with anyone else? What's the most professional way you've heard/said, "fuck you," in the workplace?
If that is your understanding of the current agreement, we need go revisit the language so that your expectation levels can be set more appropriately.
During an exit interview. Yeah, I had a great 3 years here. But, you worked here for 5 years.
What's the best method to get to sleep when you are not tired?
Get up for a little bit. Don't stay in bed for 3 hours when you're unable to sleep. Also get off your phone.
I try to remember the floor plan of every house I've lived in or spent a lot of time in, like going back to my grandparents' and great-aunts' houses.
Melatonin.
Reading this at 7:22 a.m.
Anyone else feel like they aren't living up to their true potential? How does one fix this?
I'm 36 and have kind of just been gliding through life. I'm making big changes this year. Broke up my girlfriend of 6 years who was constantly borrowing money, changed jobs, and working on my health. Just make goals and follow through. List the 5 things you want to change, especially the ones you don't want to admit to yourself. Pick one. Change it a little. Then change it a little more. See how much you can change it until it's completely different.
Read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's an easy read and puts a lot of things in perspective.
What did you not understand as a kid, but you now understand as an adult?
I didn't know what virginity was and my dad would say I would understand when I got older. In the meantime, I thought it would make such a pretty name for a girl.
That my parents couldn't just double the presents this Christmas if I tell them it's okay to not do anything for next Christmas.
You wouldn't care what people thought of you if you knew how seldom they think of you. When one time I accidentally walked in on my parents, they weren't just wrestling.
People of Reddit, what was the dumbest thing you got punished for in school?
Flip the monitor screen upside down, Ctrl+Alt+Arrow key, got banned from using any school computer for the rest of the year. We got 25 questions for homework. I did 24 questions but didn't understand question 25, the teacher gave me 20 lines signed by my parents for not doing my homework.
Excluding cheating and lying, what's your biggest deal breaker in a relationship?
Not being able to say sorry/resolve problems level-headedly. If I can't bring you an issue without getting yelled at or you making yourself the victim, forget it.
Being horrible with finances. Having clashing ideas of how you'd want to spend the rest of your lives.
Being judgmental with how I spend my free time plus expecting me to spend 100% of my free time on you.
Really bad hygiene.
What's the most wholesome thing anyone ever did for you? What inanimate object would you have murdered already if it was a person and why?
My bed frame. The amount of times it's tried to murder my toes, I feel killing it would be justified. T-shirt tags and that line of stitching at the toe of most socks.
Genocide on printers.
Dustpans. Leaving that little line of dirt every time just out of spite. I swear to God Furby is possessed. If it was a person it would be straight out of a fucking horror film and I would have no hesitation stabbing it with a steak knife and ripping out its organs to make sure that it can never come back.
You are forced to sign up on a dating website, but for some reason don't want to meet anyone. What do you write in your bio?
I am an incredibly nice guy. No fatties or sluts. I require a high tier woman who will pay for me to move out of my mother's basement. I took an online IQ test and am a genius. If you can't discuss the economics of Battlestar Galactica's white, bitch.
I'm 35. I live with my mother. I need to get out. Mother stopped making BLTs with fried egg for me. Swipe right if you make good BLTs with fried egg.
What I normally write, apparently. I play Fortnite.
What current, socially acceptable practice will future generations see as backwards or immoral?
Social media witch hunts.
Using massive amounts of plastic to make a bunch of unnecessary crap.
What is that one game that you have most nostalgia for?
Pokemon Emerald.
RuneScape.
GTA San Andreas.
Why do you think so many comedians, Robin Williams, are depressed/suicidal?
Robin Williams is repeatedly used as an example of celebrity suicide and I'd argue that he's a terrible example. He chose to end his life rather than live through a disease that's often compared to mad cow disease.
Robin Williams was very sick with a degenerative brain disease. His wife wrote the above essay detailing his final days.
Expelled students of Reddit, what was the reason for your expulsion?
Told my classmates the dog treats I brought were jerky. Everyone including a couple from our sister class and the teachers ate them.
A good mate of mine pissed in the holy water.
Was watching porn in the back of the class with a couple of mates. We were 14 and it was religion period. Halfway through the volume randomly went up and you could hear "fuck me daddy" while the teacher was reading Quran.
I skipped school for sports day to study for university entrance exams. Got expelled from school in my final month for doing this. It suited me fine, more time to cram.